Okay, welcome back. We are now going to go into a client and show you the process as a nurse to go through a client and actually action tasks on the client. So just to recap again, to go to the Nubes platform, https, then it's health.nubes.care. You can save the icon on your phone, etc., etc., and then it brings you to the login page. All right. Again, use your username being your email and the password that's allocated to you. You log in, and you will get your task for today. Okay, so it logs in. Again, we're just working on the test server for training purposes. All right, you'll see that there's 3 tasks for today. Okay, and then when you get to this stage, you can see what the patient's name is and where the appointment time would be. Again, this is training services, so most of your things will be green with the date and the time for that day. So all you do is work from it will be in order in terms of from top to bottom. In terms of the first appointment will be first, second, third, etc., etc. So when you arrive at the client, you take your iPad with you or your smartphone, and you click on the client. Okay. You'll see that it will say Cat Fox, being this is your client. The reference number will be the policy number. Why we use reference number instead of policy number now is that there's other services that don't relate to policy, so just across the platform it's always as a reference number, which is the policy number. You've got the client's ID or passport or origin, date of birth, email, contact number if you need to phone them for whatever reason, and then the address, which is their normal home address, and then what's very important is the appointment address. So this is where you must go to see a client. That's where you'll see that it's also highlighted, which if we haven't just a standard address, that won't be. Just you can see that this is the actual address of this client. Again, then it goes down into more information of the activity required. So it would be that it needs a rapid creatinine test, a cholesterol test, HDL, HbA1c, and a psychological nervous disorder questionnaire. So that's the overview of what needs to be done when you're at this client. In comments, you will see all the interaction, the notes that have been made for this client from the call center. So you'll see who made it. So if you need to phone the office to find out what exactly did they mean, etc., you'll see that that's the call center agent and what was said, just the interaction. What I suggest is mainly look at the last one, just to they'll more than likely be relevant to the nurse, or the last couple at least. Like here's a client called in to say that the gate intercom is broken, please phone when at the gate. So it's all the information, anything that has been done in this case, you'll see the comments lined up there, and that's obviously quite important for you as the nurse. Okay, in the next section you'll see the script that was discussed with the client. The reason why we do all this information is just so that you have all the information with you, so that you understand exactly what was said and done. You'll see this is the overview, and then the next section is what the call center agent did. So that's the first 2 sections always. Okay. Then when you move on to the 3rd section and onwards, this is the actual tasks with what you need to do with this client. So for example, here there's a heading, so questionnaires, so you know that it's the questionnaires, and it tells you what questionnaire needs to be done. Okay. Again, you could, the night before, you would have gone into your clients for the following day and pulled off all the documents that you need for the next day's appointments. So you would have this questionnaire with you. So the point of this now is to say if you have done it or haven't done it. If you haven't done the questionnaire or any of the tasks like the rapid results, etc., it won't allow you to publish the case. Okay, which is important to know. So if you try and submit a case and it's saying error, that means there's something that you haven't ticked off or haven't considered possibly, that you need to go back up and just make sure that it's completed. So once you're with the client and you complete this questionnaire, you are going to tick it. All right. In the new update, which will be happening shortly, you will have a box under here where you can upload the document right there and then, so you can use your phone or iPad or tablet and scan or take a photo of that of that document and upload it right there and then, so it saves you time. You don't have to do it in the evening. All right. Then moves on to the test results, which is the rapid tests. Okay, for example, so if it wasn't rapid tests, it would have said phlebotomy or just tests, or just depends on what needs to be done. So if you see a request here, it means it needs to be done. Okay, so it doesn't come through with all the requests. If you see it here, it means it needs to be done. Okay, so here you'll see there's a drop down, so a cotinine test. So for things like companies like Sanlam, with the new protocol, a cotinine test will always need to be done by urine. So you'll do the urine test, and then you will select your results. Okay, negative, positive, etc. for cotinine. On all the ones, you'll see there's a little tick box underneath it saying cotinine test could not be done. Okay, so it gives you, if for whatever reason you could not do the rapid test or could not do a test, it's going to give you an option saying cotinine could not be done. So you tick it, and then it will prompt you, did you fill a yellow tube of blood? All right, so again, if you tick that you could not do the rapid test and you did not tick that you drew a yellow tube of blood, it won't allow you to submit the case, because it wants to make sure that you have drawn the yellow tube of blood. Okay, again, cholesterol, for example, 5.5, HDL, I'm just putting in random numbers, HbA1c, I could not do it. Okay, did you fill a purple tube? Perfect. Okay, so it prompts you for what you need to do, which is very important. So if you missed something, it's going to tell you to go back. All right. Then you get to the next section, which is interaction. You can just type, interaction is if you couldn't see the client, if you made a notes, could not contact, pending, unkept. As you all know, you would use that as a status change, but if you went through the case as normal, you don't need to put in an interaction. That's only if it's an unkept, for example, you would put that in. But if you went and actually did the test as prescribed, the interaction part is not so important. The bottom here, nurse comment, you could say what you want is here, for example, bloods sent to remark. Client was running late, whatever you want to make the comment, for example. All right, and then you just make sure that you've ticked all the boxes here. These ones are obviously cholesterol test could not be done, which it could be done, that's why there's a box. You'll see okay, and then you click submit. Right, done. Then you'll see that it's dropped the client from your patient list simply because it was completed.